Hope you guys are doing well. This is Jordan Woodstock and Valentino here.
Yup. He let me come back.
Hope you guys are doing well. We have just we have just came to record our second program. Jesus, I sound like I'm running a voicemail. Anyways, today's episode is basically going to be Valentino's side of the astral and like how his spirituality became to be. So if you want to start out.
Oh boy. Let's see. Well, I was born on a cold ass day, and I'm just kidding.
The Illuminati.
No. That's a bunch of bullshit. Sorry, again, my allergies are a thing. Anyway. So, my mom was a witch. So I grew up kind of learning about the craft, but without knowing what it was. So, like, I would know about fairies and the fae and the land spirits and stuff, but not know, like, why. Like, I didn't know it was a religion. I didn't know anything of that. I just kind of was like, that's my childhood, you know?
Right.
So it never really, like, struck me as different until I started going to school and talking about it. And, you know, kids were like, what are you talking about? I can't see spirits. What do you mean? So I was like, oh, that's not normal, I guess. So I just kind of stopped talking about it in school. Until I was in, like, high school and stuff and figured out what Wicca was and witchcraft and all this stuff. And by that point, like, my mom was trying to, like, show me how to read tarot and stuff, but she sadly passed away before I could really learn much of anything. So by the time when she had passed away, I didn't really know a lot at that point, aside from what I'd grown up with. So I kind of have had to, like, research this shit on my own, which is the case for a lot of people. I've noticed most people don't even have, like, the parental stuff like I did, where I was like, oh, my mom's a witch. So I've had to research it and teach myself, which has had some interesting drawbacks and some interesting not drawbacks.
So what was your first supernatural experience?
Oh, let me see. Like with a ghost or just in general?
With a ghost.
A ghost. My first one would have had to have been with my grandfather, probably because he had just passed away. When I was about, I think, 3 or 4, maybe. And this one happened to me and my brother, so I felt like a presence around my house the day after his funeral, and I didn't really think much of it at the time because I was kind of used to it. Like, I was used to feeling different energy by that point.
Right.
So I didn't think about it much. I just thought it was one of the, like, nature spirits or something, probably. And then my brother looks out the window and goes, Mom, I see a weird man outside. He's floating. So we were like 4, right? Like, me and my brother were like 4 years old at that point.
Yeah, you guys are twins, right?
Yeah. And it was literally the day after my grandfather's funeral that this happened. So we have had the long-running standing belief that my brother saw my grandfather, like, ascending, basically. Like, before he went, wherever he went, he came by where we lived and my brother saw him. So that was the first time, my first, like, known memory of experiencing a ghost. I've seen many since then.
Astral projects quite regularly?
Me, yeah. I don't know when I started doing it. I think I've always done it. I just didn't know I was doing it. My brother doesn't do this. Funny enough, he can communicate with spirits as well, but he can only communicate with them through his dreams.
Wow.
That's the only way, and I think it's because of his learning processing.
Right, so he has kind of a special gift for that.
I think it's because he has some cognitive impairment. Maybe that's the way they communicate with him, because that's the way he understands it.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's seen my cousin in dreams, he's seen my mom in dreams, he's seen so many different family members, he says, all the time in his dreams. Like, that's how they talk to him, which is cool. I think it's cool.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if his cognitive impairments have anything to do with it, but it is cool to be like, oh, wow, they go to you in your dreams. Awesome. I get the dreams occasionally, but it's not their primary method with me. I presence sense, I energy sense. I, as you've learned a couple of times probably, Jordan, can feel spirits in other people's environments too, which is terrifying.
So, when did you do research? Like, when you were figuring out your pagan path? By the way, he's pagan.
Yes.
If you guys haven't known yet, he's very gifted when it comes to spirituality, and like, he got away the spirit that was mad at me.
Yes.
He is very good at communicating and channeling. He can channel pretty well, and a myth that we didn't really talk about is like when people channel is like it's not like your voice changes.
No.
It changes in the tone you're speaking in, but not like
It's not like I'm suddenly speaking like French or something.
right.
Like, it doesn't change like that degree. Like, it changes a little bit, depending, but...
So what research did you do to make your path?
So I was very eclectic early on. I'm not eclectic, or I'm not as eclectic now as I used to be. But I used to, I worked with the Greek pantheon for a little while, and because I've taken breaks from this throughout my, like, high school and post-high school. I took breaks here and there for a few months to a couple of years. So I've worked with the Greek pantheon. I worked with Mars for a little while. I worked with Ares for a little bit. I looked into the Celtic pantheon. I never actively reached out to them, but I researched them pretty extensively because that was my autistic special interest at the time, apparently. Very heavily researched, like Norse paganism. You see that around a lot when you look at in witchcraft spaces. Norse paganism was interesting. Celtic paganism, yeah, I researched that too. I don't think I ever actively worked with a deity at the time that I was doing this, because I've done a lot of non-secular witchcraft. So I did a lot of, not non-secular, non-religious, I guess is what I'll call it. Like, I wasn't doing active deity work at the time.
More practical.
So my primary base is kitchen witchcraft. I do a lot of kitchen witchery. I bake a lot. I cook a lot in general. I make things. I make jewelry that I will bless, or whatever you want to call it, and put energy into. So that's what I've done very consistently for the past, 7 years or so. Deity work has kind of come and gone throughout my life. I've worked with a deity for a while, and then those went our way. Now there's a deity or a folk saint that I work with pretty regularly. I'm still having to do a lot of research to work with her correctly because she's a cultural deity saint. I keep saying deity, she's a folk saint. So that is something I'm actively attempting to research and work with and build a relationship with her that way. So hopefully as we get closer to Dia de Muertos, I can do right by her by then.
Okay. Who was the first? I know you said deity work was on and off. So, what was your first deity that you worshipped?
First deity I worshipped. I worshipped, I guess, Athena for a little bit. I, funny enough, have an owl tattoo on my arm because, not only because of Athena, this also has to do with the folk saint, but I found that out after I got the tattoo.
And it's on your totem?
So, yeah, I have an owl. I was raised in a Native American family. Like, my family has a Native ancestry. So I grew up around, hearing about totem animals and all that kind of stuff. And I've always been told that mine is the owl. Like, you remind me of an owl person, blah, 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 I don't know a hell of a lot about it just because I was super young when I heard all this and learned all of it. It's obviously I've forgotten some of it. But I got the owl tattoo because, one, I like owls and birds and stuff. Two, I see them in my dreams a lot, so I'm like, why not?
Alright, so what was your first ritual?
My first ritual was a love spell. Gone really, really badly. I feel like everyone has done this at least once. If you haven't, let me know.
I haven't.
You've not done a love spell?
Nope.
I'm sure you've had a spell backfire, though.
Oh, hell yeah.
I have several times. This is the first time. So I was 15 maybe when I did this. And I wanted to manifest love like a crazy person. Because of course I did. And I did a spell to Aphrodite. Actually, no, I didn't even involve a deity in this one. I just did it to the universe because that's what I knew to do at the time.
Ooh.
Which is really dangerous to just give your spell out to just whoever.
That is very dangerous, dude.
Don't do that. So then I ended up in a relationship. And it was a whirlwind of chaos. And it was terrible. And it only lasted for like a month. And he would keep breaking up with me and coming back within that month. It was really bad. And he was just not a nice guy. And this was before I'd like completely come out as trans too. So he was just terrible.
Was this a cis guy?
Yeah, this is a cis guy. Which, not all cis guys are going to be like this, obviously. But like, we were both 15. He was dumb. I was dumb, clearly, because I'd done this to myself.
Is it the guy that starts with an M?
No. It's a different guy. Yeah. Really, really, really bad. It didn't go well. If you're not mentally ready for a relationship, don't do something like that. Also, don't do something like that because you're going to get something else other than what you wanted. It didn't go well for me.
Oh. Okay. Let's see. Trying to think of a question. What is your altar made of?
Right now, my altar is in a box underneath my bed. Because I haven't got a table yet. I don't have a table to put everything on yet. That's a work in progress. That might be an updated podcast episode called "Oh, Look What Val Did." He finally got his shit together. Anyway, I have a Braille tarot deck, because of course I do. I have a bloodstone skull somewhere that I need to find. Really cool skull. Looks really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I have a bunch of crystals and things like that. I have all of this in a box, though, like underneath my bed at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and I have owl statues everywhere. There's a plane, if you can hear the plane. But yeah, that's my altar as it stands right now.
So what was your... I know I talked about ghosts, but what was your first actual supernatural experience in general?
In general, I think it was when my mom told me about the fairies, like the fair folk and stuff like that. We'd go to the park a lot when I was a kid, and we'd make fairy houses and fairy cakes and those little cutesy dainty things, but she told me that there were fae and that there were nature spirits out there and to respect them, so I learned that from a very young age.
Do not disrespect the fae.
No. Even if you don't work with them, like, I don't actively work with them, but I offer milk and things like that just so they protect my space, you know?
Yeah.
I respect them, I give them what they're owed, and that's that.
So, do you believe in all the creatures in the astral, like elves, fairies, oracles?
I believe that everything exists somewhere. I believe every culture's mythos exists, yes.
And do you believe that... I remember you mentioned this at one point when you were like 15. Do you believe that all gods are real?
Yes.
And what's your opinion on occultic and like demonic forces?
I believe they're real. I don't believe they're evil in the way media portrays them. I don't believe that it's like The Conjuring over here, like, you know. I believe that if that's your calling to work with them, that's your calling. You work with who you want and do what you will as long as you're not hurting anybody.
Or them.
I mean, I've worked with infernals before. They're a lot, but it's what I needed in that time in my life. So, you know, you do you as long as you're not hurting nobody.
What's your thoughts on angels? We know a guy.
What's that?
We know a guy that is a spirit that's an angel.
Yeah. So, angels, again, not my specific religion. I'm not Catholic anymore, but if that's your thing, that's your thing. If you work with angels, you work with angels. If that helps you in your life, then you do you, man. Don't really care.
What's your opinions on what's your opinion on animal guides? Like, do you know if you have animal guides?
So I was raised in a family that has some native ancestry. So I learned totem animals and Native American spirit guide animals type stuff. So yeah, I believe in them. Obviously the owl follows me around, as you can probably tell.
Right.
I'm a bird brain. Not really.
The bird brains.
I'm the bird brain over here. And there are cats in my life as well now. There's lots of cats in my life. Which is funny. The bird and the cat are the ones that follow me around, and they're actively like a bird and a cat. Like, come on.
Yeah, one of your cats tried to get my bat.
Oh yeah, the guides will try and like mess with each other.
Yeah, it's funny. They're so cute.
He's a good cat though.
He's a nice cat. He's a sweetheart. Okay. So, in general speaking, you were born with retinopathy prematurity, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, you want to explain what that means?
So ROP is, some say it's really rare. I think me and my brother, because we both have the same one. It's retinopathy or prematurity. Basically, I was born 26 weeks gestation, so that would be around 5 months. I think 4 months, 5 months. I can't do the math. So me and my brother were NICU babies. We were about the size of my hand. So one kid could fit in one person's hand. That's how tiny we were.
So that's like Derek Paravicini. He was born 3 months prematurity, immature.
Yeah, 3 months is pretty. So their mom was only pregnant for 3 months with him?
Yeah, and his twin sister didn't live.
Oh, wow, and he survived, huh?
Yeah, he technically died like 3 times, and they were able to bring him back.
Oh, wow, that's really crazy. That's good, though, that he survived.
Yeah, now he's like really autistic and has like several learning disabilities. But
okay, so he has some stuff, but he's alive, which is crazy to me that he's still alive.
And he's amazing on the piano. Like, he can play so many pieces. Like, he's played 2 pianos at once.
Oh, wow, that's crazy. Yeah, so I was born maybe a month later than he would have been.
So 2 months premature?
No, I'm sorry. So he was born 3 months. I was 4 or 5 months.
Wow.
Which is still pretty nuts. To be born that early, like, you're going to have a lot of health complications, usually. I got them later in my life, in my older age. My brother had to deal with them early on. Mm-hmm. And I've had to deal with them later, which sucks. But basically what this is, it's a detachment of the retina. Because I was born so early, my lungs were not developed properly. So they had to put me and my brother on oxygen, obviously. And because of that, our retina swelled, our blood vessels in the retina swelled and detached. So I cannot see because of that. They tried to reattach mine and were unsuccessful in doing so.
So, but you've told me you can see, like, slightly, like, a little bit of light?
I can see light on my right side nowadays, I think. I used to be able to see light out of both of my eyes. The left side has gone dim and dark over the years. Like, I can't see light out of that side anymore. On my right side, I still can see a little bit, though.
Can you see shadow, like if a person looms over you?
Not anymore. I used to.
Okay. So, what was your childhood like?
Pretty good, honestly. I, went to school like anyone else. I did cross country. I did sports in school. I was in theater for 6 years in middle school and high school. Childhood was good. I went camping a lot. Fell out of a tree one time.
But you got a head injury from that?
No, surprisingly, I did not. I surprisingly didn't hurt myself that bad.
How high in the tree were you on? Were you, like, on the lower branch?
Yeah, my cousin was at the top, and he, like, flipped over and fell and hurt himself. I slid down the tree on accident, and I was fine.
Okay.
But I used to like to, like, climb trees a lot as a kid. I was weird. I was a weird kid.
Climbing trees is fun.
What's that?
Climbing trees is fun.
Oh, yeah, climbing trees. I couldn't do it now with my chronic illness. No way. But as a kid, absolutely, I was climbing trees all the time. And things that I probably shouldn't have been climbing on, to be fair.
So, you have chronic pain, huh?
I have chronic pain, yeah. No one knows what it is yet. My doctor is still trying to figure that one out.
Yeah, he's in a lot of pain all the time.
Oh, yeah, all the time. It sucks so bad. Where are my spoonies at? Leave a comment, guys.
I'm crippled.
It sucks.
I'm crippled too.
Yeah, he has it too. I don't think you have chronic fatigue, though, which is good.
No.
Dude, doing witchcraft as a chronically ill person, though, oh, it's so hard sometimes.
Because you have to be, like, extra careful, right? Because, like...
Yeah. I have to be really careful, especially, like, if I'm doing a big ritual work. I have to make sure that I don't do anything else that day. That way I have the energy to do it.
What's your thoughts on shadow work, by the way?
I haven't done it. It's something I've looked into, but I've just never actually done it. The deity, not deity, I keep calling her a deity, folk saint that I work with, I'm debating on doing it with her or inviting her in on that. I'm not sure yet.
Okay. So do you believe that music has a place in spirituality?
Oh, yeah. A lot of traditions, especially a lot of Native American traditions here where I live, involve music and dancing and shamanic drumming, and music is important, whether it's Native American or other. I know other traditions that involve music as well. I think, especially as modern practitioners, we should be doing more of that. Because, one, music's fun, even if you don't know how to play an instrument, like sing something or whatever, do something. It's fun. And two, it's a good way to connect to the past in a way that maybe you didn't think about before.
So, what's a basic ritual that these folks, if they are seriously considering paganism, what is a basic ritual you might advise them to do?
Salt cleanse, probably. Like, just get some salt water. Like, make salt water. Get some salt, get some water, put it in a bowl, salt water, boom. Cleanse whatever the hell you want with it. Your house, you pour it in a bathtub, take a bath. I don't know. Just start with energy cleansing. Learn how to protect yourself and cleanse first, and then go into the crazy, like, summoning time.
Right, and what are your thoughts on crystals?
I collect them. I have a lot of them. I spent $80 on a chunk of bloodstone carved into a skull, okay? Like, I like crystals. I might actually have a bit of a problem. Please help. Send help. I don't necessarily... Well, no, I do use crystals to heal sometimes. But I more use them now as just altar decoration pieces. If I find a crystal I like to hold them and play with them and mess around. I will use them for their intended purpose, but I also totally use them as fidget toys.
So, for the people that don't know, what does onyx, the black crystal, do?
Onyx is a protection crystal from what I know. I actually don't own any onyx, surprisingly. That will change, I hope.
What about lapis?
Lapis is like a emotional healing and that kind of thing. I don't own any lapis either.
And topaz? What does that do?
Topaz, that's another water crystal, I think. I think it's emotional healing, too. I'm not entirely sure. Topaz is my birthstone, funny enough.
Mm-hmm.
I do own some of that. I have a ring with topaz on it.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's like this blue, shiny blue thing.
I need to get aqua. What is that?
I am not sure about that one. Aquamarine, I'm not sure. I know it's blue.
It's another sea crystal, obviously.
Yeah.
So what is your what are your energies that you're great with? Like, elements.
So I'm a Sagittarius, so I work with candles and fire energy a lot. Starting to work with earth energy, especially because I'm working with a folk saint of death. So earth is very, life and death cycle.
Mm-hmm. And do you like to dress a certain way with your spirituality?
No, I don't really dress any particular way. Like, if you want to wear robes, you can, but those are expensive. Let's be real.
Plus, another thing, guys, a robe doesn't mean you're also in a cult, okay?
Nah, I know some witches like to play the aesthetic. I don't, just because it's expensive.
Yep.
Like, I'll wear crystal jewelry and stuff like that, but I don't think that brands me as a witch. I think that's just this guy likes crystals.
Yeah. All right, Valentino, we're about to end. Any last words?
Don't be an idiot. Don't be me. Don't do a love spell without using your brain. And, yeah, don't be dumb, basically.
All right, guys. Well, since this is also on my YouTube channel, I'm going to say this. And remember, people, stay frosty.